Kinda remember, yeah. I'm just wondering if we are approaching TPK or not.
It depends on if we get boarded, I suppose.
That
Mhm.
will stay in the player's hands.
But as I said in Discord, Captain, you better waggle or wiggle your silver tongue.
Wiggle our way out of there.
Last I think it was the Archon gave you guys the offer of working together, and you had yet to say yes or no.
No.
We ended last session after we, what's it called? We found ourselves trapped in the gravity well after following the Space Marines' suggestion where we should be going, as it was. And as we were realizing he was probably not exactly thinking of our best interests, a ship appeared of the Dark Elders that had betrayed the previous Dark Elders that we betrayed, and that's where we ended.
Yes, I believe there was no communication with the Archon whatsoever.
Right.
And yeah, we realized that, we probably should have scrutinized Space Marine when he said, they resisted when he killed all of those slaves.
To be fair, we were dealing with the fact that I was suffering from a very good amount of internal bleeding.
In which case, yes, as the Archon comes up on the screen, she starts speaking and just simply says, "It was good work you did down on the planets, killing those lessers. I have heard of your exploits, Thrain, and I wish to hire you and your crew, you could say."
Can't see shit with that on.
I agree. What's he called? Crusader in the background. Let me fuck him up. At the video cam. But no. Train, his way is not moving an inch. It goes like you hired this Space Marine, I presume.
Yes. We have mutual interest to you, Imperials, as you like to call yourselves. Some of my kind has some of your kind imprisoned. A Grand Magos, I believe, is the title he bears.
No.
I want this fine fellow that is imprisoning your Grand Magos dead. You, I'm assuming, want to save this Grand Magos of yours.
Well, that would certainly be convenient, I presume. What exactly do you care about this Grand Magus, exactly?
Absolutely nothing. He is of no worth to me, other than the worth he is to you.
And then what do you have against his prisoner, jailer?
I want him dead.
Where
Xenos paying us to murder another Xenos.
Missionaries like head going like this doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I don't care as long as I get to kill Xenos.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Goes, all right. That is an interesting
See,
offer.
here in the 40th century, we switch cardinal sins from, lust from touching little boys to murder.
Here we go. Wasn't a Grand Magos, it was just a Magos.
What exactly is a Magos?
Tech Priests.
Yeah, one of the higher rankings.
High-ranking tech priests.
Okay.
I think they're...
Magos Domus
And
again.
wasn't this one the same that was supposed to be involved with that artifact?
The ones you talked to back on Footfallen?
No. There was something. I might be going insane, but there was name mentioned regarding that artifact, that Dark Eldar. No, basic artifact at the war planet we dealt with.
No,
Because I could have sworn I saw that name already before during the session.
I think the Space Marine might have mentioned it. Or one of the other Dark Eldar. But
I think
it was
it
mentioned last session at some point, I do remember that.
yeah, I'm not 100% sure that it came down to the fact that the Dark Elder on the planet, I think, tried to name drop the Magos to have us help them kill.
Yeah,
this
that was
person.
that. Yeah.
So basically,
They wanted your help killing the Archon. The Archon wants your help killing someone else, and they're all using this guy.
Yeah, basically. We're in the middle of a Dark Elder power play, basically, and I fucking hate it.
Look, we just kill one, divide them in half, and while they're distracted, we kill the others. What could possibly go wrong?
Following your
It probably goes without saying, Captain, but our ship is not in the best state to be taken on a Dark Elder craft.
and following your Terran customs, it seems like she's good enough that you don't notice it, but you almost feel the pain and not call you primitive monkeys every time that she's saying Terran or Imperial.
Yeah, she's trying to play nice.
She's taking one mental wound every time she addresses.
But
What is it, Monkai?
Yeah.
Return to
You may call me Selene Morn, Archon of the Dark Eldar, of the Drukari.
That's their name, the Drukari.
I'm sorry, all I heard was silly whore. Works for me.
I mean, you're not wrong.
That do be a key part of being a Dark Elder is the murder fucking.
I mean, out of character, he's saying that like it's a bad thing.
I mean, I could do with my fucking to be a little less murderous, I'll be entirely honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, someone's never had a hate fuck in their life.
I'd like your assistance, to be precise, I'd like your assistance in destroying the Cabal of the Splintered Talon. I will both pay you for your efforts and help you free any Imperial slaves they have. Including this Magos of yours.
I would like to roll scrutiny. If I can.
Go ahead.
Have a +10.
With a +10, that would be barely a pass, I think.
It would be
She's
0.
shady as shit.
Dark Elder, shady as shit. I feel like we should have gotten a +50 to that bonus.
However, she does seem to be generally offering payment for services rendered.
We're not in a we're not in a position to engage them if we want to. Captain, I say we go along for it for now. We
Just
see what
goes. He's nodding along with you guys and goes, what exactly has this person you want to kill done to make you willing to, well, hire an esteemed trader such as myself? Hmm?
Do you honestly care?
I suppose it was just professional courtesy.
Alas, I was once myself. No, I got that wrong. I'm reading why.
She's not
I
very
once
Captain.
made an alliance with this cabal after some other issues, and then he betrayed me.
Well, that fills us with confidence.
He attempted to absorb my cabal into his instead of just merely honoring an alliance. Me and my cabal escaped, and now we seek to take what is his for ourselves.
Is your friendly space marine coming along on this trip?
Yes, I've offered him a similar deal to yours.
Well, Space Marines in on it. Why the hell not?
It's a little bit worrying that the Adeptus Astartes would consort with
I mean,
these.
it's all about murder. Do it.
Well, we're hardly in a position to argue. We need to find the Magos. Let's just
Did she tell us where the Magus was?
Look, if she stabs us in the back, we just do what we always do. Smash it with a big fucking hammer.
I'm sorry to say, it goes against all your teachings, but there are some problems you need more than just a big hammer to solve.
Well, either way,
That's
I'm
how-
handing out the
That sounds like
Emperor's
you probably can solve with a big hammer if you don't believe him.
if I imagine when you're wielding a big hammer, everything kind of looks like a nail.
Mark.
Very
I mean,
squishy,
Captain-
fleshy nails.
Either way, I'm handing out the Emperor's Mercy, whether I'm feeding the needy or destroying the skulls and souls of Xenos scum.
Remember, everyone,
Or the Emperor's will.
I do not wish to
ahead.
interject in your negotiations, Captain. Just ask if there's any, time limit. I remember that we do have other tasks as well.
Yes, my friend here noted something. We do have other time limits, so do you have any idea where this Arkan friend of yours is hiding?
Yes, it's on the other side of this gate in front of our ships.
Just feel like everyone's
short-
like, eyes
Just a
looking.
short travel through.
Just everyone's just looking at the suspicious gate floating in empty space. Yes. I should have seen that, obviously. Of course, just a quick trip through the Elder Gate. Of course. Any idea where where is the opposite end of that portal?
Looking for the name of the place because I had it, but it's one of those Dark Eldar names that you don't actually remember.
As long as you don't say Kimura, we're good.
It's not Gamora.
I'm dead looking at this note. Oh yeah, it is Gamora.
It is very specifically not Gamora.
No more.
Yeah, because I'd be like, nope. Not even the Primarchs of the Space Marines would do it. I'd consider it a suicide mission.
Mm,
That
Yeah, this
explains
is
why we're going for it.
yeah, this is a level of we'd rather try to kill ourselves against the Archon instead of going to Komora.
At least then we die an honorable death, you know.
More like a stupid death.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's better than getting dragged back to Kormora.
Just remember, if we get captured by Dark Elder, make sure to save a bullet for yourself.
I need to
Patreon
save a bullet for myself. I just need to push powers to the maximum, and something will cause my head to explode.
Yeah. Take Gomorrah down, or at least a part of it down with you as you explode.
Translated to your bestial tongue, it is a site called the Nexus of Shadows.
Oh, fucking course it is.
I'm trying to remember if that place was visible on the star map, like out of character.
that is just getting a remark of fucking...
Unlikely, given it's not technically in the credits.
Oh right, yeah, fair.
Oh,
fair.
lovely. Even better. It's the Nexus of Shadow. Of fucking course it is. Why couldn't they just name something less fucking spooky?
Has Marius heard about this, or should I roll Forbidden Lord Xenos?
Be Forbidden Lord Xenos.
All right. Any positives or negatives?
I'd say
I think it's hard to know about. There's some horrifying knowledge in the Imperial.
-10.
What did you say?
Say -10.
Sounds reasonable to me. Well, almost. Not quite. Never heard of it. All right.
I'd say if you got in that -10, it'd give you a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, no, almost.
I need to spend my XP. I have like 2,000 XP to spend.
Jesus Christ!
I mean, you consider that I've literally left immediately after sessions because feeling ill to my stomach.
Yeah.
That's a good question. What XP are you on? Because I don't know if you've...
I have 5,600 earned.
We have a total of... Where did I put it?
If you're including the 500 that we start with to spend, the earned XP should be at 6,900.
I think we're at 6,300, but maybe I didn't upgrade it. Oh yeah, we have 5,000 plus 6,300, so yeah, 6,800.
6,900. I'm pretty sure.
they
I'm willing to believe Donut on this one.
Big scam.
I've been keeping a meticulous check on it.
That's why.
Also, I'm the one to ask for like XP.
Yeah, Donut slipping in Mr. 100 experience
wait,
there.
How much? 6,900? Not 8?
Specifically, we start with 4,500 plus 500 to spend, and then 6,300.
Donut, I'm leading towards Julius and Matt now, since they both had that number.
How much XP did we get last session? Remind me.
I don't remember.
Pretty sure it was 500.
Because I think we were on like 6,200, I'm pretty sure, that we had like 700 XP.
I think we got 500, but I might just have misheard it in that case.
I'm not ever saying we got like 700.
We got 700, and we are at 6,500. I think we are 7,000 experience if we got 700. So the 500 we started with plus 6,500. Well, we're in a battle now.
I don't know what's Zach.
I think it doesn't matter, and I'll solve it at the end of the session.
Good to me.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
well.
sure.
That is fair.
All right. Well,
Sorry, I was dying there.
Marius, like, how do I say, asks them to like mute the com for a second, and then gives like a call to, well, the one guy left in his engineering department, like calling engineering department. What are the chances we could make it out of this gravity well with our engines? Hmm.
With warp travel, maybe. Without warp travel, probably not.
No. Well, everyone. Marius Train turns and looks at the party. Well, they say when you have two choices and they take away one, you don't have a choice at all. I do believe we'll be heading to this Palace of Shadows. Well then. Not sure what we'll be encountering on the other side, but the Dark Elder are, well, their idea of hospitality involves chains, and sharp knives, and other horrifying instruments. So let's keep an eye up, everyone. As he then turns back towards the monitor, asks them to unmute, and goes, "Very well. Let us discuss some payment, and let us head off to your place of shadows." So yeah.
Well, you're the
Payment
captain.
something. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You're the captain, and I currently in the current situation, I don't really see that we have another choice.
Yeah, that's what I said.
The Archon plays nice, but
No, that's what I said. Like we're heading into the place of shadows, through the gate. Sorry, Matthias agreed. That's what I'm trying to say.
Sorry, what was that?
Matthias agrees with the Archon that discuss payment and let's head in.
Wonderful. In addition to financial incentives and your Migos, how does docking and trade rates with the station sound? And we will refrain from raiding your ships specifically for a period of 20 years.
My ships? Matthias suddenly looks intrigued. Merchant ships bearing my banner?
Indeed.
How large is your cabal? And how large will it be when your opponent becomes nothing but stardust?
A few ships and much larger. The Nexus of Shadows is the largest Dark Eldar station and Drukari station in this area of space. Quite a few exiles from Komora.
Ah, yes. Exiles from the Dark Elders. I see your Archon is truly the height of Eldar society. Yeah, Mauritius motherfucker. Very well.
I forgot, but Sakispis would bring one more point to Captain. Captain, if you may negotiate just a little bit, like, if we can get some moment to, I don't know, maybe conduct some repairs or maybe recuperate. I give like a pointed nod towards. I don't know if Jace would be with us. I
think we're all in the bridge right now.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Jace was pretty fucked. Okay, so I give like a nod to Jace and that maybe our arch-militant advisor should have a longer moment to rest.
Matthias looks at Jace and nods. Oh, Jace, commander of arms, how are you feeling? Out of character, how are you looking?
I'm not 100% sure that we have a decently stocked medical facility.
Yeah, the question is, has it been enough to heal him?
Yeah, I think I vaguely recall that it was a case of Jace is back to like full health.
Basically, if you guys have any amount of downtime on your ship, you're good to be fully healed because fuck it.
Okay, I was worried about that. Okay, so now my
Good
worries
point,
have
Tom.
been addressed.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, we also have like Jay as a medic who is
Like, I kind of follow the 5th edition rule, but not quite like 5th edition does it. Like, if you could get the equivalent of a long rest in a safe location, i.e. your ship,
Mm-hmm.
then you're good, because... Or we'll be healing, like, with, say, Pathfinder, if you don't have a fucking healer, where you heal, like, 2 HP a fucking level a day.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, even like on an in-character level, like Welton is a very skilled healer. So
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
like Welton,
Yeah, because that's what I do when I'm not murdering
yeah.
heretics, mutants, or Xenos.
Mm-hmm.
So Jace will just go, I'm ready. I'm ready.
What about mutated Xeno heretics
Triple
that
murder.
worship the Emperor?
They're still mutants, and heretics still die.
Mm-hmm. Mutant Heresy is working Denver. Hold on a moment.
Yeah, Neon
There's no
is also
hesitation.
Neon is also a pretty good healer, but Jace doesn't trust Neon and therefore goes to Welton.
That is fair.
he
Note-
actually
note
like
also-
he actually likes Welton.
DM note to self: throw Emperor worshipping orcs at you.
The big fighty human we follow. We follow the big fighty human we fight.
What is
I think
this
Welcome would be
heresy?
so fucking confused. Like, they're greenskins and I should murder them, but they're praising the Emperor? They're not going after...
I think
What?
the better mindfuck would be they wouldn't be greenskins, they would be golden skins.
Yeah, holy shit! I don't even know what to do!
You're welcome.
The
The
gold skin.
golden skin hawks of the Emperor.
The gold skins, holy shit.
And they're charging the Imperial Guard, but you later learned that the Imperial Guard are actually,
Heretics.
yes,
Traitors.
What a twist.
they're actually Traitor Guard.
What a fucking 360 twist we got going. Oh. All right. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Pull his sisters in battle and have a fucking orc turn into a goddamn angel.
Yeah.
Which I'm still, despite people saying me no, that's not true, I'm still a fervent believer that the Sister of Battle Angels are fucking demons.
Demons of the Emperor is such a good.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
some could
that's
argue that
essentially what demons are. It's a
That-
good argument.
Exactly.
that living saints are just greater demons of Emperor.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to refute that, really.
Despite official lore saying otherwise. I say fuck that official lore.
Mm-hmm. Cowards in the top no grass.
Exactly. Games Workshop can suck it.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes. Exactly. That is the exact reason, Matt. Just like orcs not being pseudo psychers. Because that was the best thing.
I still fucking love how they make orcs fucking fungi. I mean, they've been that for a while, but still.
Imperial Guard Regiment being checked for heresy after taking out a squadron of orcs by yelling pew pew once they ran out of ammo.
That thing is so funny.
Okay, well, I think we're on to somewhere.
Yes. As the remnants of or not the remnants, but the parts of the device that was left on the warp planet are just transferred to the Archon ship, the sensors indicate that there is... Where is this on? Has to be map layer. Yep, there we go. Okay.
Ooh.
He wanted to be brought to the warp planet. And the payment he offered was chapter relics.
Hogwash, in other words.
So, your sensors do indicate the power spike of the machine activating. Sikispus hears what's the line from Star Wars that Obi-Wan says as Alderaan gets destroyed?
It's as if a million voices cried out and then something being silenced.
That. And the gravitic anomaly disappears.
Oh
It's just
boy.
gone.
Do I have to roll willpower for that?
No, you're good.
Okay.
It's probably quite horrifying, but you know, you've heard worse.
I need to get that Dark Soul talent.
Just remember, you were one of the lucky ones.
You were one of the
Yeah,
lucky
I
ones.
remember won lottery like 4 times in a row.
Well, because most potential psychers
I'll be right back.
get sacrificed to the Emperor.
Yeah, I
Was it
recall
1,000 a day?
Yeah,
10,000 a day?
I recall our discussion like closer towards the start of the campaign, I think. So if I understood right, they did say we have to go through the
Yes.
webway.
So to explain it again for everyone, the gateway, it at first appears to just be hollow, but on second glance, the interior is just dark. You don't see stars on the other side of it like you would expect to. The Archon simply says it'd be best to follow my ship as she starts heading towards it.
So yeah, that's what we do.
Okay, back.
Which case, as your ship flies directly towards the gateway, as it moves into and through the gateway, there's almost a visible ripple in the darkness as her ship disappears on the other side.
Yeah.
There was a spike of power once more as the ship approached, but they didn't see any response from the gate or otherwise. Do you follow immediately behind her ship?
That's the plan.
And yes, as your ship enters the gateway, everything goes dark. outside the ship, even the interior lights. It's as if you've all gone blind. Even Sikispis, his warp sight, fails him this once.
Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it very much.
And then everyone can see you're on the other side. There are no stars, but there are star-like lights, mostly in the far distance. But they seem to be more like lines connected to each other, like a web.
A web way.
Parts of it seem almost broken and in significant disrepair. But that is all you see there for now. Specifically for Sikispis, while you still have access to your psychic powers,
Yeah.
the warp almost seems to be a step removed.
Understood.
Manifestation rolls will be at a -20 while in the webway.
You mean the
However-
invocation, right?
Yeah, to like actually like cause your powers to manifest.
Yeah. So invocation rolls, yeah. Got it.
However, you cannot get
Terror of the Warp.
that and the other one that's not as bad.
Psychic phenomena?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Pushing powers all the way, baby!
Unlimited power!
Nice.
Well, I'm trying to drag her ship, and it's having me do that instead.
Finally, the ship became Big Chunker.
Big chunker.
You see it stretch into the gate, and then the backside starts catching up as it compresses itself back down.
Rip the last guy Nick in here.
You thought that was a Dark Eldar cruiser? No, that was the Dark Eldar Battle Moon.
The battle bot.
Now, the cruiser's cruiser. The Battle Moon is actually where your the cruiser is moving towards the dock.
Alright.
So yeah, we're heading to this horrible place. Do you have a map for it, or are we just on this one?
I do have a map for it, kind of.
Is it just ominous scenery? Because I feel like that's pretty appropriate too.
There's some of that too, but I'll get it in Roll20, but I'll post the pictures in Discord too.
Sounds good. Oh, the Arkan's Palace. Is this by chance the Arkham we're here to murder?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh boy.
It is
Jesus.
This entire structure, the
Oh,
bottom
boy.
where it says fusion core is actually on the surface of a planet. Of a pale
Mhm.
moon, I'd say what's more size-wise.
Mhm.
Let me just save this first picture and I'll get you the next one.
Mhm.
And as she heads for the outer limits of the city's dock, you do notice that there are more than just Dark Eldar ships here.
Oh. Mhm.
There's the picture of the
That's a cool
city and the
picture.
planet.
That's a nice art.
It's like a growth on the side of the planet itself. Mhm. Okay. Do these ships look like captured ships, or are they like?
Yes, some of them. It's mostly Dark Eldar, certainly,
Mhm.
but there's also very blatantly pirate ships.
Scummy here. Mm.
It's like an entire damn armada.
Mhm. I see, Matt, you're being discriminated against. Yeah, I might have stated I don't drink coffee, else was about right. Alright. Quirk, what do you do with this information that Matt does not drink coffee? Mm.
Yeah, but I don't drink coffee.
I don't know why, honestly, but it's just funny.
I can relate to that, Matt. Believe me.
I'm pretty sure he's just not been invited, just because we haven't thought of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You're
it's
now
fine.
invited to the coffee house.
And here is a picture of a close-up of the Archon's palace itself.
Nice.
Cable of the splintered talent.
Damn.
Alright.
Now I'm trying to figure out from which adventure path he took it, but. Alright, nothing.
Oh, the pictures I'm grabbing? Since Soul Reaver.
Alright. Time to do freaking Mission Impossible in Dark Eldar Land.
Mm-hmm.
The one place we really don't want to try and do Mission Impossible stuff, but let's have fun, guys. It was nice knowing you.
Howard, you're just gonna huddle in the ships, taking.
I as a player am extremely pessimistic about our chances. I as a player, Jace on the other hand is like, yeah, let's fucking go, boys.
That channels all your character enthusiasm, don't it? As we approach this mechanical, metallic, perhaps growth on the planet itself. Our ship drifting to this not space itself. Matthews, just shakes his head. Well, that was both more pleasant and less pleasant than I expected. I'd read about the Eldar and the technology, but still. Where in the world are we? Or are we still in our world? Hmm. Nevertheless. So, while we are on this planet, let's stick together as much as possible. The Eldar prey on the lonely and vulnerable, or the Dark Eldar do. And you do not want to be taken in this place. Even if we find you again, it will probably not be much left of you. So, we have a couple of missions. One, well, we're here to kill the Archon. Easy enough, I'm sure. Two, we need to find an elder or something that knows how to operate this warp gate when the inevitable betrayal happens. And 3, let's see if we can find some good trade deals in here. I'm sure they have things that make me good money on the way back. What do you mean? He doesn't have his priorities straight.
Glad you have your priorities straight, Captain.
So, do you dock the ship itself on the outer reaches of the city? Or do you keep it in orbit around the moon and take a shuttle down?
We're still following the ones who led us in here. What do they do?
They themselves are docking on the city.
Alright. Let's follow them. Hopefully. Yeah, let's hope they know what they're doing.
Yeah. So, you dock at the city, and at an Imperial station, you'd expect guards or administratum wanting hangar fees, that kind of stuff. You don't see anything besides a corpse.
Is it at least an old corpse?
A couple days. Looks like it got shanked. In fact, the knife is still inside the corpse.
Mm-hmm. No. Mm-hmm. Well, guns ready. Let's exit. Matthews, back straight. Start heading out.
Yeah. As you all head out, the ship goes on lockdown.
Mm-hmm. Guards ready to shoot anyone who tries to enter it.
Basically, yes.
Definitely fair. I can definitely see Jace going, nobody else leaves the ship. If anyone gets onto the ship, shoot to kill.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
No way in fuck he's trusting anyone at this godforsaken Emperor-forsaken station.
Yeah, we're not gonna sacrifice our poor crewmates who's like, hey, this was pretty cool, and fucking die horribly. That's not.
I imagine they're saying, like, yeah, the captain wouldn't betray us. Like, what we survived during our trips in the war couldn't be worse. Before we fucking arrive at the Dark Eldar station.
Where we're going, lads? Would make me want to wish for death.
I would say death would be a mercy. Just do not follow us.
The Archon will actually head into your hangar with a number of warriors behind her.
Yep.
She'll be met by, I would assume, the bridge crew, which is us.
Bridge crew, some guard. Oh wait, the hangar outside. Yeah, it's us. Some. No, we don't have any guards. It's just us.
Yeah, it's just Jace is heading in there in his power armor, which is very much decorated in Cadian sort of livery and symbology. Because like fuck is he going out into this place not as armored up as he can be.
That was loud. Yep. So, Matthews nods at them. A cozy little home you made for yourself here on the planet.
Yes. Now, I have a specific task for you all. And it's something that your kind is especially good at.
Other than killing the Archon, I presume.
Out of character. Rabble rousing.
Even better. She motions to some of her guards, and they pull up in front of you and put down a number of crates. Inside the crates are Imperial detonation charges.
Which one of us has freaking skill for that?
Yes, so I hope you're
I
being
would like
generous.
his palace to not be there anymore.
I start.
I can always build
Sakesvis
my own.
start scratching their chin, looking at the charges, trying to recall the size of the palace, looking back at the charges. Yeah, seems enough. Seems enough for me.
We're gonna have to bring somebody from the crew who knows how to deal with explosives with her. You reckon your Arkan friend will be live after his palace is turned to dust?
Potentially.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, it's demolition is a separate skill entirely.
See, with this roll, the detonation blows up in my face, taking me with it.
It is an int skill though.
None of us have detonation, which is I'm saying we're bringing somebody from the crew who knows how to use it. Because rules as written, if any of us tries to use them, they're gonna explode and kill us. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The ship would actually be Heresy on the Shadow Arteries.
Mm-hmm. The Shadow Arteries.
Yeah, I don't know who can get demolitions at this point. I think the Rogue Trader can. But I think
Not at this point.
I just don't think we have the XP for it, unfortunately.
Yes. Well.
Yeah, even I can't get it. Sorry. Yeah, that's rank 4.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Marius goes, well, as this wasn't exactly part of our initial plan, I'd like to ask you for some information about this place in exchange for, well, reducing most of that information to rubble. Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
So, I presume we get like this map we're currently on, essentially. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. So, I presume that...
I wish you all luck. And she and her warriors leave.
Mm-hmm. Helpful as always. Mm-hmm.
I do not trust this captain.
Oh, yes, of course. I was definitely trusting her. Well, we're gonna have to bring some of the crew with. He just shakes his head and like calls them up. We're gonna need a small guard and somebody knows who handle explosives. But for now, let's just store the explosives inside. I'm not sure. I want these explosives in my ship, but I'm not sure where else to put them.
Well, let's go with that then.
Go ahead and roll me knowledge Xenos there, Julius, by the way.
Very well. 3.2 degrees of success.
Yeah, that wasn't a planet that the city's on.
Okay,
It
what?
very definitely looks artificially constructed.
That's no moon. So we are on a constructed building city on top of a constructed planet. What sort of engineering creates such marvels?
Certainly nothing that we have now, I'm sure.
Well, let's deal with these explosives first.
I mean, I guess it'd also be an Archaeotech roll, but
Wait, we have our chaotic explosions. Oh god.
No.
Mhm. Oh, the planet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they're not fucking here.
Mm-hmm.
As can't fucking hear me though.
You need to shout louder. I'm sorry to say.
I can.
Mhm.
Does that work? It's not fucking working. Alright, I'll just do this. That's his arcade attack. Yeah, neither of them know.
Mm-hmm.
Your tech boosters are shit.
Yep. They're completely out of their water. Mm-hmm. Well, Mattias just looks at the explosive, looks around, goes, store it at the ship, have an explosive expert flick them over. I don't think they would have brought it up.
In fact, look like normal fucking explosives.
Yeah, just in case. I don't think they would have brought us here just to blow our ship up. Let's keep them there until we find somewhere better. Now, Mattias looks at the rest of them. Let's go see what horrors these Xenos have in store for us. Mm-hmm.
And just to make sure that we have communication, unless you mind, I can connect our minds.
Mattias nods. Do so.
All right. Well, I need to double check because it's been a time since power. Right. Actually, minus 20 plus 10 for Psy Focus, so with minus 10 total.
How about 10 for doing it on my command, which will succeed?
Okay, then it would succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, for how it works. My current willpower bonus is 7.
Okay, well, I think that's enough for the party then.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So, let us begin. We are, let's see. For a description, we are a trading house, a rogue trader looking for business opportunities in this city of cities, let's call it. We're asking about important people, and most importantly, of course, of the Archon we're here to kill. Information about someone who knows how to operate the Elder Gates, presuming it's not just driving through them. Is top priority. Of course, traders of still. I'm sure we'll be able to find some time for that. So, to begin with, I think we start just explore the shadow arteries to see what in the world it is.
I have a bad feeling about this, Captain.
I've had a bad feeling since we set off for that gravity well.
Fair.
If you
fair
don't
point.
mind, Captain, I will leave you to the talking. I'm not exactly good with words.
Very well. And just follow my lead. So, our body sets off to take a glance at what the shadow arteries is.
Hidden in the shadow of the bone spires, far beneath the lofty heights of the Archon Ziggurat, are the debris-tripped streets of the Nexus known as the Shadow Arteries. They are the secret paths in and out of the Nexus where aliens and humans alike can exist away from the constant gaze of the Dark Eldar or the machinations of their lords and nobles. Let's see. It is a mistake to think that the arteries are less important to the life of the city than the bone spires or the arenas. As the name suggests, a great deal of vital information and goods flow into and out of the city through them. It is the perfect environment for visitors to conduct business without interference from the Dark Eldar or from other outside agencies.
So pretty much perfect
Few
for our
places
job.
are farther from the eyes of the Imperium than the ruined streets of a city controlled by a hostile Xeno race, and hidden in the fold in space.
Yeah, no shit, no shit, book.
As a result, aliens brush shoulders with worshippers of the dark gods, and exiles, men and women who can find no other safe harbor or are wanted for unspeakable crimes, wander free. Here, the worst vices and pastimes can go unnoticed. The shadow arteries are completely lawless, the rulers of the Nexus caring little about what transpires there as long as it does not damage their trade or cost them too much or too many of their troops. Those who walk among the arteries do so at their own risk and accept they might not walk out again.
So how many people or Xenos are dead by the time we've like scouted the place out? Like how many people how many bandits saying you never should have come here do we kill as we walk around the place?
There are surprisingly few. However, you do notice that you are watched, and roll me awareness.
Haha.
Absolutely.
I should not be finding it so amusing that my awareness is trash, but I
That's
do.
a freaking good roll.
Jesus fuck, yeah, we are fucking alert.
Like I almost I just narrowly made it by rolling really well.
So you are all able to notice that not only are you being watched, you are being commented on, reported. The knowledge of your presence has become commodity, you could say.
So
Oh,
to the
wow,
right.
we've delved into the Facebook mega server.
Oh god.
Where's that stupid cat?
As you walk along, a enterprising Dark Eldar steps up to you and asks, "Would you like to purchase one of my blue check marks?"
Psychic blast maximum push. No, never mind, that
It's,
doesn't happen.
It confirms that you are you.
These look newfangled. Have you recently changed your policy?
Walton's just gonna look over
For
and be like,
fuck's sake.
tapping the handle
That's
of
a
the
good
hammer.
Facebook comment.
I see that there are the drinks among even elder society. Mm.
Why, even the Archon has one of these.
Anyway, let's get moving.
Just push past him.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go past them. It's like, please, thousands have bought them since I
I was
started.
really
I
tempted
swear.
to just psychic scream his ass.
Yes. Let's leave dark Elon Musk behind us, which is just Elon Musk with a different face. Mm-hmm.
Milon Usk.
Elon Musk behind us. Uh-huh.
To be fair, depending on who you ask, the electric vehicles might indeed run off of souls.
That is a very American viewpoint I haven't heard before. Let's just keep going. Okay, anyway, let's just keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Yep.
So, we say a few choice words about being here to trade, about, finding goods that a rogue trader of my esteem could be honored.
You find quite a lot of people willing to barter and trade with you, honestly.
Yep.
Most of the products are, I won't say no to you purchasing them, but you probably don't want to. Because it's anywhere from Dark Eldar technology to chaos artifacts. As I said, there are heretics that are openly like worshippers that are openly traveling around.
Mhm.
How much of a seizure is Walton about to have? Actually, I tell you about how much of a seizure is Chase about to have.
I'm gonna roll a commerce.
Coming out of his nose from that aneurysm that just started.
Yeah, I was about to say, wait a minute. Yeah, I was about to say, it's like, why are we worried about Welton? I have a. Oh,
You are having. How do I say? Yes, the stormtrooper carapace, please. Can I have it?
I mean, yes, you can make an acquisition test for Stormtrooper Carapace armor.
Basically, Julius, I'm not lying. I think I made by this point in time around 5 or 6 rolls just for that one item.
Yeah, I get you. Do you want me to roll a commerce roll? If it rolls well, you can get a bonus. If it rolls poorly, not great.
shall we not buy anything at the Chaos Infested Dark Eldar place?
Matt,
Yes?
if you want, you can have a bonus of plus 20 to an acquisition test. To
Oh
get this armor.
no. But I know why.
There will be a price. I won't tell you what the price is.
I know. Fuck me.
No.
I can
No.
already guess.
Do it. Do it.
No.
Do it.
No.
It is a small price to pay for protection. Mm-hmm. As the Emperor would
But
say.
if the rest of the party learns, they gonna kill me or will try to.
I will squish your head.
Depends on the price. Mm.
You have two very staunch anti-chaos people here. Let's not do this.
Yeah. Sorry, not biting that
Oh,
plus 20.
sad.
I mean, if you make it without the bonus that I'm offering you, the price will not be included.
I'm making a roll against this number without that plus 20, so.
You want me to roll commerce to help?
Unless. I'm not sure if Zach allows that in this
It's
situation.
an official rule, essentially.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Sure, let me
Yeah, if
roll
the
it.
captain.
And Matt,
Oof.
if you fail by
Really
20, I will allow you to retroactively take the bonus.
Roll your thing and see if I need to re-roll this.
Okay. Sorry, that's the single man and best quality.
Mhm. Hey, you succeed.
Oh.
Made
Just
it
narrowly.
without that plus 20.
Mm-hmm.
As you're going around, you're seeing the heretics and the Dark Eldar and potentially worse Xenos. Come across a familiar race, if not a familiar face. And I think it was the Strixiex?
Yeah, I forgot their name, but I know whom you are speaking of.
Yeah. The Scavengers.
Yeah.
Even here. Hmm.
And yes, they happen to have a full set of Stormtrooper Carapace armor. It does have a few bloodstains on it, but they have it.
Nothing that a little prestidigitation can fix. Wait, wrong universe.
It seems perfectly intact if repaired.
Someone got stabbed between the plates.
Is there a